Welcome back to another installment of Bierke Butte Camp. I'm Mr. Bierke, and today we'll be talking about lip trills. In case you haven't heard of lip trills before, it's when we play two notes a whole step apart on the same fingering and oscillate quickly between them. It's shown by this symbol and sounds like this. This extended technique doesn't show up all that often, but it's important to know what to do when it does appear. Also, working on lip trills gives you better embouchure control and better air control. Before playing anything, know that lip trills are all about air and finesse, not muscling the notes out. Make the air do at least 90% of the work when blowing through trills. The face should feel like it's riding on top of a massive airstream while moving as little as possible. To get familiar with this sensation, plug up the end of your horn with your hand and blow as much air as fast as you can through the horn. Make sure the air is coming from a low, centered spot just below your belly button, like this. For our practice purposes today, let's work on a C to D trill, which will be fingered all open, no thumb. Using that same low and full air support feeling, play a very well-supported long tone on the upper note of the trill, like this. Now, do the same thing again, but in the middle of that long tone, move the face a tiny bit so that we dip down to the lower note for just a split second, but the fullness of the air makes us pop right back up to the top note. Don't try to lock into the lower note, but focus instead on how little the face can move while still changing the pitch and having the air drive through the long tone as much as possible. It kind of feels like a small pitch bend, like this. Remember, this is a finesse thing, not a muscle thing, so air is key. Now, let's add a second dip on each repetition. If things are getting a little clunky, make sure that the airspeed isn't decreasing at the end of the lower note, and if you feel like you're reaching up for the top note, that indicates that you're no longer set for that top note with your air support muscles, and it's going to be a lot harder to have a comfortable trill. Let's do this exercise one more time, but with 3 dips, like so. Once you're comfortable with the 3 dips, proceed to playing a long tone on the upper note, but constantly flipping back and forth between the pitches. Remember to stay set for the upper note. Last, I want to take the same exact setting, but just happen to start the trill on the lower note. Remember to stay set for the upper one, regardless of what pitch we're starting on. This is all lip trills are. As long as you keep them air-based, move the face as little as you can get away with, and stay set on the upper note, you'll be good. Speed will come with time and practice. One exercise I like to do is to play a long tone scale, but turn every note into a trill, like this. obviously not all whole step trills, but it's an easy way to add lip trill fundamentals to a warm-up routine. If things aren't going quite as smoothly as you want them to, run through this troubleshooting checklist to try and identify the root of the issue. 1. Keep the air to face ratio at 90% air, 10% face. 2. Check that your mouthpiece pressure is appropriate for the range that you're playing in. 3. Fill the horn up with as much air as you can and feel like you're blowing through the trill all the way to the end of the last note. 4. Move the face as little as possible and make sure that the buzz isn't spreading out too wide. 5. Keep the air support muscles set for the upper note of the trill. 6. Don't let the buzz lock into the two pitches, just ride as close as you can to the breaking point between them. Thanks for watching, and if you have questions about anything discussed here, leave a comment down below.